No, you stay. Stay in the pen. I know. Stay. So, the idea is to have it all done with today and then just haul off the rest of the week. Should be done by Thursday. By Friday, I'm supposed to head down to Ella's. It's her big 21st birthday. Actually, today's her birthday, but that's her birthday party. So, gotta be there for that. All right, now what we're gonna do is go get the Kubota, which was apparently ready Saturday, but I didn't get a text, but Kyle did, so I gotta figure that out. And also, the first payment for the Kubota is supposed to come out today or Saturday. Now we're gonna do a blinky test. We have blinky, 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 and blinky. We've passed the blinky test, which means we can now drive on the road and not get pulled over. So that's always wonderful. Equipment's all loaded up. I had to do a cross in the back. It's a little farther back than I like it because we got the bucket finally. And it's a big, big bucket, and we're touching on both ends. So we're still well over the axles, just a little farther back than I like, but not that big a deal. Now we got to run back to my house to swap out that bucket for the gravel bucket, and then actually the gravel bucket and the rock bucket, and then we're gonna head to work. All good to go. I'm not gonna put the rock bucket on just right. I'll grab it later, because I don't want to hook it up to the hydraulics and blah 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 blah. Also, I crushed. Yeah, that's done for it. That's dead. It's gone. Also, I left my sunglasses by the garden, so I'm gonna go grab those so I can, not have to squint all day. Now I can see. It's beautiful. We have arrived at the job, so I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. It's big, but it's also empty, so I think it'll go pretty quick. We gotta empty these two trailers. I'll probably just drag them out of the way for right now. But this is it. It was a standard single wide that they added maybe 10 foot on either side. But it's all really, really empty. It's really just the sticks and just wood pretty much. So hopefully this won't take too long. Plan is to have it all done with today, and then start hauling off maybe later today or first thing tomorrow, and then haul the rest of the week. So get the machine off and start ripping this thing down. Everything's going good. Just talked to the client. They're obviously happy with it. So far, this has been the cleanest demo I've done. How we have it is just the dirty mixed pile with all this small stuff. And then over here we have all the sticks, the 2x4s, 2x8s, 2x2s, all the 2s there, all the plywood stuff there. And then if stuff comes off in bigger hunks, or the stuff's been sistered and brothered and cousined back together, put that over there, metal over there. But been here for about an hour 45 and got pretty much half of the roof off, all this knocked off. So to get this little section ripped off, and then I'm gonna keep pulling everything this direction. There's a row of trees back there, all those they want to save. I'm just gonna keep grabbing and pulling. We'll have everything knocked down today. This is all just, run bys and stuff like that. So, and insulation is going to be annoying. Stuff will off everywhere, but we'll have everything hauled off. And I'll have everything knocked down today, piled up, and possibly haul off. If not, worst case scenario, we'll bring the dump trailer out here and just load it up, and then go to the landfill in the morning. Filling up the machine right now. We're about, with the demo, halfway done. but we're kind of running out of space to put stuff. So what I'm gonna do is go after that's filled up, grab the dump trailer, come back. I gotta empty these two trailers into the dump trailer, so I'm gonna do that. That way I'll have and move those out of the way. That way I'll have easy access to it, and then I'm gonna load up. I'll start loading stuff up. I kind of want to start with these two piles, or maybe those. I don't know. No, I'm gonna start with that because that's a lot of glass. Get that in there, and then just load it up as much as I can with either this or that, and then maybe head there tonight. But I highly doubt it. But I'll get it filled up, working a little later, and then just kind of make a few runs tomorrow, and then get back to demoing. I kind of like to do everything at once. I like to get it all demoed in a pile, and I can just run it. But with the restrictions we have here, that's just not going to happen. So, it is what it is, but it'll still be done. So I'm going to chop it down. Got the trailer attached. Now we're going to do the blinky and blinky good. First load, all loaded up. Pretty much got all the plywood, maybe half of that load. So we'll get this dropped off. Then tomorrow, load up the rest of that. Get that dropped off. Rest of the 2x4s, get that dropped off, and then we'll start making runs to the landfill until we have some more space to work. I'm thinking tomorrow we're looking at 4 loads to the landfill. If everything goes to plan. So I'm gonna go drop this off and then go pick up a check from another job. So life's kind of crazy how it all works out. So me and my dad have been talking about getting rid of the CT5. It was an impulse purchase. I did get it for him and myself. Main reason I got it was for him because he drives a lot, but also for myself because I was driving around Ella a whole bunch. Now this truck's deleted. I get better fuel mileage, so that's better. And now that we have the other blue Cadillac working, we were thinking of just getting rid of the CT5 for the DTS because DTS is bigger. I fit better in it. I took the CT5 up to Illinois once. Not my favorite. My arm was sore from how I had to sit in it. It was just smooth, just not my thing. So my brother's truck broke down. My brother's new truck needed to go into the dealership for him to get some repair work done. And so my dad took off today to help with the garden and to do that. They were on their way back from dropping off my brother's car, and my dad's car, the CT5, the white Cadillac, was doing some weird stuff. Wouldn't go to park, this and that, just acting weird. So they took it into the dealership to get some warranty work on it. And they just said, hey, this is a really hot car, like we're looking to get it. And my dad's like, well, see what it is. So he called me earlier today, told him what the payoff was, and he goes, all right, I'll let them know. And they were offering initially like 18 to 22. Payoff was 26. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing. And you know what? I said if they got to 23, I would highly consider it because for just $3,000, car's done. That's another, looks good on my credit. It's gone. It's another $650 a month I don't have to spend. I was really thinking about it. And my dad just called me and goes, hey, they came back. Apparently they have someone on the hook that wants that exact car. Because they're hard to find around here. White, light interior, and all-wheel drive. Down in the south, they don't do all-wheel drive cars. It's all two-wheel drives. That's why when I found that up in Illinois, I'm like, buy it. Call the gentleman, and I said, where are we going? And he said, well, for 25. I said, it's pretty enticing. Tried to negotiate a little bit more. He said, 25 is the last thing. I said, you know what? I'm an easy man. Let's do some business. Sold. So the white Cadillac is going to be no longer. Honestly, for the better. It was fun when we had it, but it was an impulse purchase. But if it was a 6, CT6, the bigger one, we'd be keeping it. But the 5 is just a little too small. So, it just funny how all that worked out. All these things just happened to happen, and then we take it in there, and now they're going to end up keeping it. So I'll be going Friday first thing in the morning to do the paperwork, and then they even said I'll be able to pay with a credit card, which is also what you put on the business card. But yeah, Cadillac, the white Cadillac's going to be no longer, which means now I have an opportunity to buy another toy. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to take that $600 and then just immediately start pushing it to pay the shop off, because I only want like $5,000 on it, and that'll be paid off, and then hell, there's $1,300 right there, and then I can take that, start paying off the Kubota, make double payments on it, get that paid off this year. It's weird having stuff getting paid off, but I like it. Had to run a charge supply real quick for Mom's irrigation. I had to get some female hose adapters. My dad got the pump, so I had to get some adapters and an extension cord. So now I want to go there, hook it all up. Already had a hose we cut up the right lengths. We're hooking up, and it should work. That's the plan, at least. So we have a predicament. I think the pump's powerful enough. We have all four right now, barely going. When I turn it on, hold on, it jumps up, but see how this hose right here is real tight? Let me turn it off. We're sucking too much water. We're sucking more water than this can provide, so we're going to hook up that tank to it and try from there. So I'm going to bring the tank over here on the outside, just right here, let it fill up, and then at least halfway, then turn the pump on to see if that's enough for the pressure. So we're getting there. Putting the dogs to bed. I didn't really film the conclusion of putting the tank on because I just forgot to, because we were trying to bath by it. Basically, Cage, what it came down to is this. We now have, we believe the pressure that is going to be good. We see more volume. The nozzle for that tank is very restrictive. My dad happens to have a high flow nozzle that's actually full 3/4 diameter. Basically going 3/4 down to like 1/4 inch, because it's like one of those, it's just how the nozzles, where you hook those up to is just not designed for high flow. So we drain the tank, and then tomorrow we're going to have to cut the lid off so I can climb in there, because it's, you have to be in there to hold the back nut on to be able to get that high flow one on, and then we should be good. And then we have to dig a trench to run water lines, because we don't want it inside where the garden stuff is. So hopefully tomorrow after work we'll knock it out. But for now, I'm tired. For now, that is all. Good night. There we go.